So now welcome in a biodynamic vineyard. Vineyard, where are the vineyard? You see, where I spoke about mortality of vineyard. Why is all is dying? Because of the plowing, deep plowing. All the roots are cut and it's dying. So now you can speak. It was an old vineyard who grew many years, try conventional. So they cut the roots. So by installing new vineyard, they hope the roots will go deeper. But as you can see, the density of plot is nothing. The production is very, 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 very low. It's not because of the yield, because people say the yield per hectare, we have only 4 tons per hectare, so it's higher quality. Yes. No. When you see the density, the production per root is still the same. That does not work here. It's a very good example. So what do they have to do? Is they replant permanently new one because it's dying. Other problem with the vineyard. When the vineyard have no food, I think we can see on this one. On this one we can see. You do not have brin de pied. We have to renew. You have to renew in a lot of places, it's like a tree. But in Champagne, we renew permanently the wood, because you have the disease when you prune, who come into the old wood. After it's like your vein, when it's, the sieve circulation do not go well, you don't have a lot of production. And to avoid this, Brenner, maladie du bois, wood, black rot and everything, we don't have this problem in Champagne, so it's quite useless to spray against that, because we renew permanently, we have new wood. But here, when the vineyard have not food enough, that's a nice cliché. You say, wow, it's like a deep tree, it's nice, it's photogenic. Yes, but now they have to spray against those diseases. And if they don't, because they're organic, they only chemicals due to that, but the vineyards are dying. So I would like to have a new one coming, seeing from here. It's not my vineyard, but I would like to see a new one coming to restart. No, I don't have. So, and now when you see, now I can dig inside. This one, I gave it 1 or 2 years life expectancy. That does not work. Most of the vineyard, where can I see one? They do not, ils ont plus de brin de pied, they have nothing. So it's a thing now, at least they should have one here to restart. Because when you plow mechanically, you see the wood stick, you have sensor on the machine, so when you plow under the grow, it does not break all. So, but when it's have a new one coming, the sensor will break. So at least you would like to have another one from here. Maybe in a few years they will take this one, cut here, but here it's too old, they can't. So after, we have to manage rabbits. When you have young one, for this one, it's a young one. What I was explaining about restarting du pied, repartir du pied. Voilà. Typical of Champagne. Well, it's another one they replanted a few years ago, 5-6 years ago. Yeah, the one who maintain, but they prepare a new one for renewing. In a few years, they will cut this one, and this one will substitute. We do that permanently. But what happened now, that's rabbit. That's organic or not. The rabbits come and eat the new shoot, so after you have difficulties to restart. Rabbit is a big pest. But the only way to manage rabbit is hunting. It damage when you have replant a new vineyard. That's why you see plastics around. It's to protect from rabbits. That's efficient. After when it's an old vineyard, it's more installed. But when it's young, the rabbit eat all. Some people are asking of birds. Birds they don't damage. In the past, yes, I remember when I was children, there were nests over vineyard to protect the birds to come and eat the harvest. But the yield was very low. In the 70s, 60s, when the yield was 6 tons, 8 tons per hectare, my father was smiling. Now with 6 tons per hectare, I have to call my bank. It's not sustainable now. See, the yield of champagne, the quota of this year was 10 tons per hectare. So in the 70s, 60s, when the yield was 4 tons, 6 tons, they were plowing the soil. Huh? They were all plowing the soil. There were no herbicides. They were spraying organically. So the yield was very, very, very low. So thanks to chemistry, after the yield with herbicide, the production get, because of chemistry, because of science, the yield raise. Also, you have more selected clone, you have a lot of things. So now the potential yield of a vineyard is between 10, 12 tons per hectare. That's what we target. If the bird eat 1,000, big disaster, 1,000, we still have. But in the past, it was a question of survival for growers. So birds, no. We find nests in our vineyards. Sometimes in summertime, you can see nests in the middle. That proves that now, organic or not, we spray much less. I forgot to talk about insecticide. We can see from this vineyard, we all do it now. I stopped spraying insecticide in 2003. So that's 12 years I do not spray insecticide. It's more balanced. The insect, you have some piral. You have to take care. But there is some, you made it in another exposure, confusion sexuelle. You see, all those pheromone caps. So we all do it now. I do not know someone spraying insects. So now we see ladybird. We are les coccinelles. You see everywhere. Piral, we accept. Some insects make damage, but acceptable level. I agree, in the 70s, 80s, with all the chemical, it went too far. In a way, it's a question of risk management. There is something, they put, they spray and they kill everything. It's like human now, the children is a little ill. Oh, let's go to the doctor, have antibiotic. And now the antibiotics are inefficient. So it went too far. But now we are more realistic. Maybe we have more knowledge, compared to parents, grandparents. We went to school, we have better education, better scientific knowledge. So now it's a question of risk management. Some insects will damage, yes. But acceptable level. So why spraying? If I spray something just to save what? 0.5% of my harvest, and after I will have some grape left. Why? After all the grapes I have extra production, I ship it to distillery. It's useless. So now we are all more minded. Is it useful or not? Why spraying pesticide, organic or synthetic, in my vineyard? It's a cost, it's a danger. To save what? 20 kilos of grapes? It's ridiculous. So we all manage that. We just do not have to be extremists. You have the people, all chemicals, science, mad scientists, and genetic modified and everything. And on the other hand, so now it went too far. So a lot of the populations are scared about that, I don't understand. And now we should not have to balance another way, going too far, because old nature is not nice. You have pests in the nature. You have arsenic. You have dead mushrooms. We have to be careful about that. We don't have to go too far. And people should have more critics, because they think in believing. Sometimes a nice story, yeah. It's a nice story, but in fact, that does not work. Careful of marketing. Once again, my marketing is that. Costs nothing.